Doris, what do you think about the possibility of the league adding an Offensive Player of the Year or quote-unquote best season award on top of the MVP?
I hate it, Kevin, and the reason I hate it is look at how competitive last season's MVP race was in the NBA. 3 guys equally capable of winning the award, Embiid, Giannis, and Nikola Jokic. All were worthy MVP candidates. I think to dilute a race of that caliber would be a mistake.
Now Golden State's starting 5. The core of this team all out there, Curry and Thompson in the backcourt with Green at the 4. Johnson is out there with Andrew Wiggins. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Warriors. It's a 3-point game. Well, you look back at how MP's NBA career started, the draft night booing, and then, Greg, amazing to think how now beloved he has become.
Yeah, you know, fans can be fickle, and that's a good and bad thing. MP has played great and won fans over here in a hurry. In a few years, though, nobody will even remember he was booed on draft night.
Morris passes to Zubac. And he gets the whistle.
Draymond Green, first personal foul. First team. At the line for your quarter. Ivica Zubac. At the line for 50.
Decide to take their first time out here. And both free throws good for Zubac. And some might go as far, Greg, as saying Golden State's defense is underrated.
It is kind of overlooked at times, and their shooting is so exceptional it hides everything else, like how they can dominate the glass defensively.
Here's Wall after the made shot from Johnson. Left side, George. The Warriors pull it in.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Johnson for 3. Good. Great play by Green to set it up.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Wall dishes to George. Not going to go that time. Johnson with some nice D. On offense, here are the Warriors. They're on a 10-2 run here. To the inside. And then Johnson with the dunk.
Nice play, and you can see they're gathering momentum.
You want to continue to build on this lead. Right now, still a little too close for comfort.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
George against Thompson. The shot by George, no good.
Well, conversions have been a problem. 0 for 4.
Kicks it out to Wiggins. And another 3 for Golden State.
They've wasted no time.
LA timeout. All right, fans, time to get loud. Give yourself a
The Clippers have gone 0-4, missing their first 4 field goals. Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Well, Tyronn Lue and I had a few minutes to share. I asked him about the challenge of this team, and he said those guys are really aware. They don't take bad shots or make mental errors. And that puts a lot of pressure on us to be just as efficient as they are. We must value our possessions and match them shot for shot. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Could be a tall task. Trying to prevent, Greg, those shooters from getting hot.
It's going to take attention to detail on the defensive end. Contest everything.
What we're seeing now is defenders who now understand I can contest the shooting hand and still stay out of the shooter's landing area, which we know now is a foul.
Morris, no good.
A fadeaway, not a terrible idea, but he needs to make the game easier on himself. He's overcomplicating things.
Johnson, the pass to Wiggins. It's Curry outside, and another 3 for Golden State.
Yeah, those are starting to add up, guys. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 have been triples.
Passes to Zubac. Back to Wall to stop the run. No good, shot missing. And it's the Warriors taking it the other way. Thompson outside. The pass to Johnson. dishes it to Wiggins. Back to Johnson. Over George. And the Warriors tack on 2 more.
Boy, do they look sharp. I mean, everything falling for them.
And Wall kicks to Zubac. Pass to man. Here's Morris. It's up a 3. Rebound by Johnson. Morris against Green. Now, here's Johnson. He had a career game last time out. Bucket after bucket. And Zubac picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Curry passes to Johnson. Wiggins, a screen on Zubac. And it's Wiggins with the jam.
Building up a big early lead. They have taken charge of this game.
And they've been doing it largely at the offensive end. If the defense does not adjust, this could be a blowout.
Now here's Wall. And he just worked New York in that last game. Inside. And there's Johnson. That's good. On the assist by Curry. Curry's got 4 assists now tonight. And it's Wall with the ball for the Los Angeles Clippers. Last time in San Francisco, they lost to the Warriors.
It wasn't even close in their last matchup. And their offense just wasn't ready to compete at that level.
Coming off the screen, head is always up. John Wall surveys the floor.
Curry dishes to Johnson. Down low. It's good for the 7th time this game. He shot 7. He has made 7.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Zubac, a screen on Curry. Here's Wall. There we go. Now in the scoring column with that make. He is 1 for 4.
You know, that's what he wants more of. Up until now, the accuracy just hadn't been there.
Johnson with a screen on Wall. Curry finds Johnson. And he
in the paint.
And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Warriors.
How about the ball movement so far? I mean, the unselfishness, everyone here just playing for one another, and that can be infectious.
The other thing that's gone exceptionally well for them tonight is the shooting they've displayed from beyond the three-point arc.
Now here's Wall. One of the dependable scorers on the team. He's averaging close to 17 points a game.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
And that one's good. Wiggins
crushing it right now. They've done an excellent job of spacing the floor.
And what surprises me is the defense hasn't done anything to take away that three-point shot. That has been their preferred weapon tonight.
Whoa, that'll wake you up.
He is such a great athlete. For the Warriors, they won their last contest, that game against the Suns.
I thought they had a solid game plan coming into that one, and then they made good adjustments along the way.
I thought their game plan was really spot on, and we saw that in their scoring more than anything else.
So it's the Clippers now. The Warriors making the shot. To the paint, here's George, and George with the stuff.
Well, we've always known Paul George can be a high flyer. Woo-hoo, that was nicely done.
Well, in spite of the critics and the injuries, Paul George continues to produce one of the league's truly elite players. Hard to believe you could have this kind of a flow. Unbelievable.
Zubac, a screen on Curry. Here's Wall. That one rolling around and rims out. Wall's gone 2 for 6 from the floor so far. And you mentioned the injuries for Paul George. Let's see, G8, the broken leg, shoulder surgeries, last season a torn elbow ligament.
And I'm sure there are a few others, Kevin, but give him credit. To battle through and maintain his greatness tells you something about his competitive will.
Here's George after the made shot from Johnson. George with the ball. His last outing, 16 points for him.
Boy, a really tough quarter for this guy. Just struggling to make shots right now.
Johnson for 3. That falls. Nice feed that time from Wiggins. Wiggins has got 3 assists now in this one. Zubac, a screen on Curry. Wall, and that'll be 2 free throws.
Johnson, first personal foul. Second team foul.
They're downtown LA Arena, the only NBA teams to split a venue, but that's going to change soon.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Brown's checked in for Zubac. Batum comes in for Marcus Morris. Norman Powell's checked in for George. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Terrence Mann. Now here's Jackson after the miss from Johnson. Jackson looking around. Clock at 6. Wall against Curry. From 10 feet out. Wall, no luck.
Well, that's just inconsistency from him, and it's happened all night, and it hasn't helped their cause.
And it's Johnson with the jam.
And you can see their strategy coming in. They want to control the paint.
They have used their size and their strength to get off any shot they want. They've dominated on the interior.
Brown with the screen on Curry. Wall, and Wall slams it home.
This seems to be the new breed of point guards who can play above the rim. Wall finishing with style.
Awesome rewind courtesy of the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Johnson gets the bucket. The Clippers broke ground on their new arena, set to open in Inglewood in 2024. I've seen the footprint. You fly right into LAX, and you see it every time. It's going to be beautiful.
And that'll be huge for the Clips. They're trying to create their own identity in Southern California. Having a venue just for the Clippers will help.
Tipped away. And there are the Warriors now with another bucket.
They've been excellent so far, coming in with a well-balanced attack.
On the offensive end, it feels like they're getting the shots they want, and defensively, they are connected and on a string.
Now, here's Wall. He's got 8. Pass to Powell. Takes a 3. The rebound by Johnson. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for Golden State. And Poole gets it to go.
And the defense is in disbelief here. Triple after triple.
Curry against Wall. Brown with the screen on Curry. Wall passes to Brown. And finished off by Brown.
John Wall has an incredibly high basketball IQ, so you find the shooter and get it into their hands.
Nailed from three-point land. And that's now 37 points for Johnson.
Yeah, there's 6 points on consecutive 3 balls. They're finding holes now in the D.
Now here's Powell. Defense right on him. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Johnson.
Yeah, gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
But a really good read on his part, being disruptive at the defensive end right now.
Matthews, he's checked in for the Clippers.
Stay there.
Brown with the screen on Poole. It's rebounded by Golden State.
The inside just a bit too congested for him to get the usual shot he would have with rhythm.
Here's Johnson. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Johnson's got 39.
I'll tell you, the team is simply riding the hot hand. This guy has been lights out.
Here's Powell. An 11-point game for him in the win against New York. Brown sets a screen for Jackson. And Brown throws it down.
It'd be nice if everybody took as much pride in his rebounding as he does.
You know what?
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, your Clippers 18, the Warriors 57.
Just make them pay.
Please give a big round of applause for your Clippers.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And guys, we've seen the Warriors really take control here.
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
I think across the board, a number of guys who've done a great job guarding multiple positions.
So on the floor for Golden State to begin this second quarter. Curry and Poole are the guards. Jonathan Kuminga at the center, filling out the middle. Marcus Morris is checked in for Los Angeles. Paul George comes in for Norman Powell. There's Jackson with the three. That shot off the mark. And here are the Warriors now. They've got the Hawks ahead of them in their next game, and it's in Atlanta. That will be their second of this 5-game road trip. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Thanks, Kevin. The big dog in the last matchup against the Suns was tremendous. He scored an amazing number of points, and the points were just the start of it. He joined an elite few by walking away with a quadruple double. He put up numbers that really jumped out in the box score. A very solid performance. Kevin will see what he's got in his arsenal tonight.
Yeah, David, in stretches, he was absolutely dominant. Greg, he'd love to match that performance tonight.
This team needs his contributions. When he's right, he makes winning plays time and time again.
Well, when you're coming off a game like he had, you know the difference tonight. They're going to load up against him. They're going to try to take him out of his rhythm early.
And the ball out of play.
Substitution on the court.
And the Clippers making a change here. Mann's checked in. Green, he's checked in for the Warriors. Thompson comes in for Stephen Curry. Outside, Green. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line.
That's a foul? Sorry, I thought
Hot hand down the stretch, and he's been in the zone all night.
The Warriors have made their only other free throw attempt today in an earlier trip to the line.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
And
yeah, and that one, unbelievable shooting display, especially from long range. That turned out to be the difference.
Well, and I think what that was a product of was their movement off the basketball. Just tremendous work on the perimeter.
Johnson against Batum. And the basket by Johnson.
Well, you love that they've been able to rely on him time and time again. You love the effort here late.
Morris outside. It's stolen by Green. Thompson outside. Poole with no one around. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Thompson's got 3 assists tonight.
That's where the threat of being a great scorer from Klay Thompson allows a teammate to get wide open.
Now, here is George. Great numbers on a nightly basis as he averages over 24 points a game. Here's Jackson. Johnson with the block. Wiggins surveying the floor. Johnson gets the bucket. Johnson's got 46 points.
This guy has been a catalyst for them all game long. What a job leading them to this lead.
Jackson against Poole. Jackson kicks to Morris. Over Johnson. Los Angeles with another miss.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game.
And then Johnson with the dunk.
I'll tell you, it's one thing to do this at home, another to do it in a hostile environment.
Boy, just sheer dominance, the ability to step into enemy territory and flat out take over. This is impressive.
Here's Batum. The Warriors making the shot. The dish to George. Drives to the hoop. Back to Batum. Shot clock at 6. Jackson finds Morris. Over Johnson. And there's Morris. That's good on the assist by Jackson.
And with those points, he's able to stop a 15-0 run by the Warriors.
Green with a screen on Morris. Johnson, the pass to Green. Batum against Johnson. Shoots over Batum. And yep, another basket.
My goodness. 50 for the game.
Yep, he is putting on a show.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Here's Jackson. And oh boy, a lot of contact.
Johnson. Second personal foul. First team foul.
So a pretty lopsided game for the first 10.
97. And get ready for the Jabberwocky.
Hey, everybody.
When you look at their multiple areas of weakness, for me, it starts with their perimeter.
And now, moving on. And that'll do it for halftime. We send you back to Kevin Harlan, who has the second half call.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. And you know, Big Dog has been really making it happen, guys.
Well, it didn't take him long to get that double-double. Already has it halfway through the game.
That takes a level of aggression and a level of focus, and he has brought it all night thus far.
Post tandem for him, Morris and Zubats. Then it's Paul George, then it's Wall, and it's Mann in at the two-guard spot. That's the group starting the second half for Tyronn Lue. Now here's Johnson, following the miss by Marcus Morris, and Green slams it in.
Boy, how hard is Draymond Green to handle in the pick and roll? And it doesn't matter whether he's the guy handling the basketball or in this instance, he's the guy rolling to the rim.
Here's Mann, still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Feeds it to Wall. The Warriors pull it in. Johnson's got 11 rebounds in the game.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
And that's his M.O. Sometimes he can score more points by himself than the rest of the team.
Los Angeles called. But still a point guard. So what's the difference?
Well, when you talk about a point forward, it's someone whose versatility extends to their playmaking. Magic is the rare talent who redefined the point guard position.
Here's Mann. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. There's a screen. And here's George for three. And the Clippers miss again.
Boy, that makes them 0 for 3 to start the second half. Not the start you were hoping for here.
Here's Johnson at balls. Nice feed that time from Wiggins. 54 points for Johnson.
Getting it done on both ends, and it shows up in the score.
Well, what I love is the energy they're bringing right now. They're ignoring the scoreboard and playing hard.
Now, here's George. George double-teamed. Wall wide open. Los Angeles with another miss.
Ugh, ugly start. The second half, they've missed their first four. They've got to get on track.
Thompson with the bucket.
And we're seeing some great ball movement out of this group, guys.
Los Angeles has gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. And Wall kicks to George. Johnson with the block. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Clippers will. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. Zubats with the screen for Wall. And again, no good by the Clippers.
I'll tell you, this has not been his game, and he's making it worse with shot selection like that.
Took him no time at all on that one. Green's got 5 points in the quarter.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
They could use a bucket. Here's Wall. Good D by Johnson.
Boy, the wheels have definitely fallen off in this quarter. He cannot buy one.
That's tipped. Here's Mann. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Passes it to Wall. Zubats against Johnson. From deep, Wall. Wall with another miss.
Boy, it's been a struggle in this quarter, and the team needs more from him. There's no doubt.
It's Curry outside. It's good with the assist that time from Johnson. Johnson's got assist number 7 for him tonight. Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Zubats finds Wall. And here is Zubats. He's got 9. Just 5 on the clock. Wall draws the double. The 3 from George. Los Angeles with another miss.
Well, you're trying to answer the 3, but you force up a shot that he would have been better off passing up.
Here's Johnson. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Johnson's got 56 points in the game.
And everything is dropping for them. Terrific second half run.
And I think it's been all about their offensive efficiency, shooting the lights out in this quarter.
Now, here is George. They need this. And it's Klay Thompson with the rebound.
No matter what looks they get, they just can't convert to stop this run.
And I think you can start to feel their frustration mounting. With every missed bucket, it becomes more and more desperate.
Now Wall. Following the three-point attempt by Andrew Wiggins. Wall passes to Zubac. Johnson with the defensive effort.
Boy, if you're going up against this guy in this close a range, you've got to defend with everything you've got. A tremendous job defensively.
And another one falls. Amazing. He's been absolutely ridiculous in this game.
You get the sense he just can't miss.
And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
3-second violation.
Of course, the Warriors' offense stands out for its emphasis on ball movement. Coach Steve Kerr says if you get to touch the ball and be a part of the action, whether it's as an assist man, ball mover, shooter, dribbler, the more people who are involved in the offense, the more powerful it becomes. Kevin, strength in numbers indeed.
As has always been the case for his offense, the more the better. And it's worked for him. GA, thanks. Greg, we know that Klay Thompson had 941 days between NBA games because of those injuries. But he was using that experience away for good.
And Klay announcing with that his family foundation would have a 941-day initiative. Programs to help workers who have suffered career setbacks. Thompson helping others with their comeback. Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter.
Well, not at the offensive end, certainly. He cannot buy a bucket right now.
Now here's Curry. He's got 14. Johnson, good.
I'll tell you, this guy is proving to be a problem for the defense. In this quarter, he has been special.
Here's Wall. And Wall slams it home.
The speed and the handle of John Wall, just breathtaking.
And they're bringing you up close and personal on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Back to Johnson, and the slam dunk by Johnson.
Yeah, and ever since halftime, they've played precision basketball offensively.
I got to believe that's something the coach talked to them about at the halftime. They have valued each possession.
Now, here's Zubac. He's got 9. Kicks to Morris. Here's Mann with the teardrop. Johnson with the block. Outside Curry. To the middle. With the fadeaway. Johnson's shot is off.
Well, certainly not the best defensive effort, but this guy can't make them pay for their laziness.
On the wing, George. Covered by Wiggins. And here's Morris for 3. And they get it back. Wall against Curry. They grab their own miss. And the dunk by Zubac.
And, you know, it's one thing to get the offensive rebound, but then how about the loud bucket he's able to convert?
He was in perfect position under the hoop, Greg. You're right. Once he gets his hands on the miss. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. Going strong. The younger generations often cord cutting. How does the NBA engage that audience?
Kevin, I think making game action trend on social media and when big moments happen for maybe a small fee, allow people to be a part of it. It's like highlights, but live.
A different look for the Clippers. Norman Powell's checked in for George, and Reggie Jackson subbed in for John Wall. Dante DiVincenzo, he's checked in for Golden State.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
DiVincenzo against Jackson. Elbow shot. The Clippers keep it alive. Now Powell. He has 6. Here's Zubac. Johnson with the block. On the wing, Johnson. Over Jackson. That's good from Johnson on the assist by Green. Green's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. And let's get your take, guys, on the hustle stats for the Warriors.
A high-effort brand of defense has been paying off for them in this one. They've managed to either block or alter a ton.
Johnson. That's his 3rd personal foul. First team foul. Substitution on the court.
Fourth quarter still young, just over a minute play.
Love the assertiveness of Norman Powell. Boy, turn the lights out.
So with Curry sitting on the bench, here's the group that Steve Kerr has on the floor. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with Moody. Then there's Wiseman. Then it's Johnson. And it's Baldwin in at the 3 slot. George finds Jackson. It's stolen by Wiseman. Baldwin the pass to Johnson. No good that time. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. And there's the feed to Powell. Great pass to set up the lay-in.
Boy, he's been cooking, but the teammates, he's just not getting a lot of support from them.
There's the pass to Wiseman. Golden State moving it around. To the inside. Here's Johnson. Good, he hits again.
And that's 70.
He's unbelievable.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
To me, this has simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long. Well, seized up just a little bit at the last second. That's when he normally converts.
To the wing right side. Wiseman dishes to Johnson. Shoots over Batum. And the Warriors tack on 2 more.
Well, Wiseman's passing game is a work in progress, but he's smart enough to spot the wide open man there.
Outside, George launches it. Warriors with the rebound. Johnson's got his 18th rebound here tonight. All over the place. DiVincenzo. Good on the shot. And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. They'll be hosting Orlando for the next one. And that game concludes a 5-game homestand. Los Angeles with another miss.
And boy, you can see his struggles from the field, and I think it's really starting to get to him.
And here's Johnson outside. It's good from long range. Johnson's got 7 now in this quarter.
He tore it up from downtown in the first half. Now hits this one. Dangerous shooter, guys.
Shot to stop the run. The shot by Powell, no good. The Warriors have gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the 4th. Johnson kicks to Baldwin. Back to Johnson. Well, Greg, analysts evaluate player performances on the floor, and sometimes we've seen the players fire back. They're not happy with the criticism.
You know, it's a risk you take, but if you treat everyone with kid gloves, you're really not doing your job. The audience expects a level of honesty, and quite frankly, players don't mind you criticizing their game. It's when those critiques become personal.
The shot by George, no good.
When you're not in rhythm with the 3 ball, why do you keep firing from there?
There's the pick. Johnson, the pass to Wiseman. And finished off by Wiseman.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm, and you can see how they're finishing their plays.
Well, what great game planning, what great execution. It doesn't get much better than this.
Looking to get back on track here. Wiseman with the rebound.
I don't know if he's tired or what, but he is definitely holding back a little bit, and he has to step his game up right now.
Johnson, good.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
And just taking his frustration out on the rim, he ends a huge run by Golden State.
DiVincenzo passes to Wiseman. Here's Johnson. Again, what an avalanche. And there's 80 points.
Wow. Just wow. This guy right now on another level.
Pass to Zubac. He kicks to George. Off target from outside. Golden State's gone 2 of 5 on three-point shots since the end of the third quarter. And he makes that one.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
George passes to Zubac. He blocks it again.
A defensive stalwart so far. That's 6 blocks.
Greg protect. Clippers. Brownie's checked in for Zubac. Mann comes in for Norman Powell. And John Wall subbed in for Jackson. Then for the Warriors, Thompson, he's checked in for Baldwin. And Curry subbed in for Moody. Johnson kicks to Curry. Lets it fly from 18. Johnson, good.
From that in-between range, they've been the much better team.
Here's Mann, defended by DiVincenzo. Outside, Wall. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. 6 on the shot clock. Shoots over Curry. And again, it's the Clippers missing. A shot by Thompson, and no one's around. And another 3 for Golden State.
Heavy incoming from beyond the arc, a key part of their initiative this entire fourth quarter.
It feels like they have worked their perimeter game to perfection, swinging the ball, cashing in from the outside. What a performance.
From deep. That's in, coming off the assist from Johnson.
Well, the ability to rise and fire off the catch has defined Klay Thompson.
Now, here's Wall. Pass to Batum. Dishes to George. The leadership of the NBA Players Association, Greg, has said they support expansion. And 2 cities which seem to be the leading candidates, Seattle and Las Vegas. What do you think?
Yeah, well, I love both. Had the good fortune of playing in both cities, and I'd love to see a team in my hometown. But bottom line, more teams means more jobs, and that's a sentiment I think most can get behind.
Wall finds George. And the layup's good off the glass. George has got 4 this quarter.
How good is Paul George at getting separation? He uses the screen perfectly and sticks it to the defense.
And the shot is good from Johnson.
Stephen Curry.
And Los Angeles guys shooting a paltry 33% in the fourth. Not a good showing for this offense. Outside, Batum. George looking around. 5 on the clock. Batum wide open. He fired. Johnson with the rebound.
And listen, sometimes even the best of us are going to miss the easiest of opportunities.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Johnson. Matthew. For the Warriors, Looney comes in for Wiseman. And Kuminga's subbed in for Curry. The Clippers shooting just 28%. They are offensively out of whack and out of step with each other at this point. Here's Mann. They set the screen. Passes it to Wall. 6 to shoot. Wall draws the double. Shoots over DiVincenzo. That one off the back iron and out. Golden State's gone 4-7 with the long ball here in the fourth quarter. Wasted no time on that one.
He got loose from downtown in the first half. Now has 3 here in the second. Unstoppable.
Here's man. Wall is screen on Thompson. Feeds it to Wall. He dishes it to Brown. Over Johnson. Los Angeles with another miss. And so it's Thompson with it. He'll bring it up for the Warriors. The turnaround. And again. That's 91, an incredible feat.
This is just flat out insane.
Now the pass to man.
That'll be 3 seconds.
Seeing more fines recently for the language that players use with the media.
I don't think it should be a concern, and I'm not kidding. The league's going to have standards of decorum. You're on TV. You got to keep it together. However, I think that as a society, we're a little more tolerant of certain words that are used in public.
Stephen Curry's checked in for Thompson. Crafty move. Man can't hit. And so here is Golden State. Curry finds DiVincenzo. Fades and shoots. Yet another bucket.
And this game has his name written all over it.
Greg, he's been phenomenal in offensive onslaught.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest. Just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Warriors.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And this has been a beautiful thing to watch. This team all season long with a remarkable journey, including tonight. They'll have now won 70 on the year.
And their dominance continues, guys, as they sweep the season series. 4 games to none.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Johnson.
Boy, I have loved this guy's energy all night. There was never a point in which he let up. The triple-double evidence of the kind of effort and skill he has.
Making every effort to put this game on ice.
Well, just terrific teamwork. Each guy doing his part. You love what you're seeing from them tonight.
Johnson kicks it to Looney. Back to Johnson. Oh, and the jam by Johnson.
Spirited performance. You love to get this kind of win, especially on the road.
You've got to be able to block out all distractions in enemy territory. This team did a tremendous job staying focused on the task at hand.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. And here's Wall outside, and the rebound goes to the Warriors. Johnson with it. Lets it go with the 3. It's in.
And he just keeps on going. He's got more points than it's...
We appreciate you all for coming out to support your team. Please drive home safely and come back soon. Thank you.